if the Detroit Tigers are stupid enough to trade Tarek Skubal, they deserve never to go to the playoffs ever again. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a rumor that was posted by an insider that said that they're going to be shopping Tarek Skubal at the winter meetings, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the only reason you got as far as you did in the playoffs.
Well, if you think about it, this is historically what we do. And we've talked about this multiple times. We get a great player, we get a great team, we make the playoffs, then we trade our best players away. And then they go and win a championship. Verlander, Gibson, I mean, Scherzer's in the World Series game 3.
Yep.
I think he's going to play.
He's going
So
to be pitching the day that we post this.
it does happen. I mean, we're notorious for getting rid of our best players, but who else do you have? We got good hitters. We don't have, and we got good other pitchers too, but we need that ace. We don't have an ace without him.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. They talked about trading him a couple years ago, and they talked about not having a Tarek Skubal window and all this other stuff, and it seems like they just want to make the team worse.
Well, trade rumors are one thing, but this is an actual legitimate potential deal that could happen if they're talking about getting rid of him. And I know they'll get a big amount of, they'll get a lot for him. So his stock is very high. He's potentially 2-time Cy Young Award winner. You're going to get a lot. But he's a homegrown player, basically. Detroiters love him. Fans love him. The team loves him. It's going to hurt morale when you get rid of a guy like that.
Yeah, it's
I can't imagine. I mean, yeah.
It's stupid.
To me, it's a dumb move. Give the guy whatever the hell he wants. Build the team around him and just improve, because they did not really improve on last year.
Yeah, if you give him a really good deal and then you build around him, you just have a great foundation. And then you have Mize, and hopefully they sign Jack Flaherty back. But it's just really dumb.
The team should have improved. We took off first team to 60 wins. And then, to your point, we were talking off air that they did make it a little bit further in the playoffs technically, because they played like 5.5, almost 6 games, because it went 15 freaking innings. But still, we lost in game 5 of the division series 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I'm just, they
both
need
on
to,
the road. Both on the road.
They need to be improving the team, not hurting it. They don't need to rebuild. They need to build up on what they did. It's just ridiculous.
And they need a bat in the middle of the lineup that doesn't suck when the pressure's on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm done with the Tigers now. I guess we can move on to more. The bigger news is the scandal that's going on right now. The betting scandal in the World Series game is more important than the Tigers. But that's because we're Detroiters basically. Or we're Detroit fans, I should say. That's terrible. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. What do you got?
Nothing much more. It's just
all right,
annoying.
Well, yeah, that's a stupid move on Detroit, on the Tigers, if they're going to do that. Just as stupid as it was by not making a move in the trade deadline, and we could have been in the World Series ourselves, but we're not. So let's move on. Let's start the show. Let's get into it.
See.
Welcome, sports fans, to Everything Sports with Bill and Will, and we're excited that you're joining us today on this. Well, we're in Michigan recording, and it's cold morning. I don't know if you've been outside or not, but
it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's been cooler. Wait, 2 weeks ago it was 80 degrees. Michigan's so bipolar with the weather. You can't. It's either super cold, super hot, super rainy. And sometimes we have all 3 seasons or all 4 seasons in the same weekend, which you had before. But anyway, it's a great day for some sports anyway, maybe not basketball, but the World Series, 2 great games already, but we'll get into that. But I think we'll start with the kind of on a depressing note for basketball fan. Well, it mainly affects basketball, but the FBI gambling scandal, or which... Actually, it is kind of a big deal for Detroit, because one of the biggest he's kind of a legend in Detroit. Chauncey Billups, who was on the championship Detroit Pistons, MVP of the playoffs. And I remember him. Man, what a good player he was for us. Now he's the coach of Portland Trailblazers and head coach.
Yeah.
And what a shock it was. And 30, well, if you want to go into it more, you can, but up to 30 people so far have been potentially indicted or at least named in the scandal. He was actually arrested along with
Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and former NBA player Damon Jones.
Yeah, and I'm hearing different things reported on. At first, I heard 3 mafia tie connections in that, or 3 crime families. Now I'm hearing up to 4 crime families are involved in this, so it's a big deal. It's gonna go. It's not just a little thing anymore, and it's not like, you got Pete Rose who never bet against his team. To me, that means the guy's going to go out there and work his ass off, and he's going to play harder. And I'm okay with that. I don't care if the guy gambles in his spare time. To me, if it's not affecting the game, it's one thing. But like the Black Sox scandal, if you're throwing the World Series, if that's what happened, I don't know. But that's what it was reported for decades and decades, that they threw the World Series, which that's bad. Not only for the team, not only for the owners and players, the other players, it's a terrible thing. But not only that, you're also hurting the fans, because the fans play to see their favorite team win, and then you throw the World Series. That's terrible. So there's insider trading or insider information that's being thrown around right now, which is bad. They're talking about infrared technology they're using to cheat, see-through tables, and all kinds of stuff. I don't really want to get into it because it's still breaking right now, but there's so much that's going to come out.
And all of this is still alleged.
Yeah, of course. Well, alleged, but it's a big, big deal. There's a lot of people involved, and it's terrible for the sport. But I will say Pistons are 1-1, so they won their game, if that matters to anybody. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just irritated with it. There's a lot of illegal activity that's alleged right now, but it looks really, really bad moving forward.
Yeah. Wow. Just reading over the synopsis of some of the indictments are just crazy.
And there's more to come, I'm sure. Yeah. And the FBI already made some statements about it. Cash Patel made a statement, and they had a lot of bad. I don't know if you heard it or not. I heard that they had a lot of bad puns. They said, you could bet on this. We're gonna seek justice. It's like, come on. They're corny. To me, it's more dad jokes than anything involved in it, and it's just it was very corny. You're right. That's the best way to put it. And I like a good dad joke, but those were just terrible. But whatever. So there's a lot of bad things coming about. We're probably going to know more in the next week or so. Actually, by probably tomorrow, Monday, because we're filming on a Sunday or recording on a Sunday. There's going to be more breaking news tomorrow, I'm sure. And if we looked on the internet and went down a rabbit hole, we probably could. But we just wanted to bring it up. I'm irritated by it. So whatever your thoughts are, you can go ahead. I've talked too much already.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get muted again.
Over 30 people were arrested, as you said, in 11 states. And, it involved hundreds of millions of dollars of illegal fraudulent wagers. And it was organized in part by New York crime families.
Yeah, and that's never good. Makes it interesting, though.
Yeah.
Makes it for a good story if you... Hell.
But, it wasn't like the one... indictment involved a scheme to place bets on NBA games based on non-public information, such as when a player planned to pull himself out of a game due to injury or illness.
Yeah, and that's bad. That looks bad.
But you're not affecting the game though. I don't really care about that.
Well, if he, and I've heard other instances where. Yeah, I guess you're right in that case. But if you're gonna, I don't know. But you're screwing people out of money, though, is what it is.
If there's other ones that are affecting the game itself, that's bad.
Yeah, or if you pull yourself out and you're not injured or whatever, just to affect the game.
Yeah, just to get some money, that's bad. But
there's been other allegations. So that one, if it doesn't affect the game, that's but you're screwing people out of money is the biggest thing that irritates me. And it's different.
It's all
That there's
these, like,
legal
$1 billion,
sports.
like,
Yeah. But there's legal
FanDuel and all these other places. Who cares about them?
there's legal
They got
sports
the money.
betting out there, which I think is terrible anyway, because it's and
Yeah.
and when you get there's addiction involved in it, which makes it even worse, and which is that's a whole other topic. And you know, if you have a gambling addiction, you do need to seek help on your own, because the sports betting apps aren't going to help you one bit, even though they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
call this 1-800
Yeah, all
gambler,"
the
or whatever.
ads are incentivizing it. It's fucking weird.
And I think they have to make a disclaimer, the 1-800 gambling or whatever,
Yeah.
because I mean, any addiction it's nothing
Yeah,
to
it's
joke
their way
about.
to get
but
out
it's-
of it. It's like a little
Yeah.
loophole for them.
So I think and you're right. I don't care about the sports betting apps or any of those things, unless they want to advertise on the show. Then hey, that's a different story. But yeah, but as of right now, they're not advertisers, so screw them. But
Yeah,
anyway,
we only love you if you're an advertiser.
yep. And yeah, so I guess we can move on from that. I think yeah, I got nothing else to say. It's still breaking news, but it's
Yeah.
terrible for the sport of basketball.
Yeah.
That's one thing. but-
Especially if it's all proven, because all of this is alleged. They got to go through trial and everything and prove it. But yeah, it's crazy.
And while we're on, we kind of hit on basketball a little bit. There are only a couple games in, literally, and then this scandal happened. So that never looks
While
good for the
he's
season.
the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, they have to go through this now, and it's it's
Probably no longer the head coach, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. But
yeah.
so there's no point of mentioning the standings. I just want to point out the Pistons did win their first game. They're 1-1. They're 9th in the Eastern Conference, but again, they're tied for like 5th. It doesn't matter, but I just want to point out, because go Pistons.
Yeah. Hopefully they play good this year.
I think so. We got a hell of a chance for all the Detroit teams to make the playoffs. You know, Pistons hopefully got a great team. We know the Lions got a fantastic team. We know the Red Wings are killing it right now.
Yeah. Hopefully the Tigers don't tear
which we'll
apart
get into
their
that.
team after 2 seasons.
If they do, then we'll see Tarek Skubal probably in the next year or so on a championship team, and he'll win a playoff.
Probably
he'll
go to
win
the
with them.
fucking Dodgers, and they'll win,
They'll win the
80
World Series, yeah.
championships in a row.
Yeah, it's just
Can you
whatever.
tell I don't want the Dodgers to win the World Series. And while we're talking about gambling and MLB, Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz have been barred by the Dominican League and MLB from playing in any winter leagues amid the gambling investigation. And
Yeah, I
that was
forgot
per John
about
Boy.
that. Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No,
Sorry,
you're fine.
but I forgot about that, because to me that was old news anyway. But you're right, that was I just there's a lot of gambling going on,
Yeah,
and
you're already fucking millionaires. Like,
I know, and what do you? So you're going to give up potentially multi-million-dollar career, potentially built, because hell, look at some of these guys that look at Jeter and
A-Rod,
you got,
Big Papi,
well, and then in
all
basketball
them.
you got Michael Jordan's a billionaire now. You give up. It's not just your playing career. You got endorsement deals and everything else. Jordan, God, the takeoff with the Nikes and everything. What he did,
Yeah,
the Air
his
Jordans.
shoes.
Good God, there's so much money on the table just for what, $50,000 here or there for gambling. Even if you
Yeah.
bet millions on it, I mean, you're going to get more in a career. But that goes back to and ESPN guys fought about it, saying it's an addiction. No, it's not addiction. It's just greed. But I mean, if you're giving up millions for thousands, I mean, that could speak to addiction. But either way, it's not good. Just don't do stupid stuff. Don't ruin your career over gambling.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, some of it is just an addiction to the feeling of it. But like,
The high of gambling.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not good.
but like, yeah, you just can't do it.
All right, well, Blue Jays then. What do you? Game 1 was incredible.
Yeah. Game 1 of the World Series was really pretty good. It was tied going into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Dodgers had scored 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd, and then the Blue Jays came back with 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And then going into the bottom of the 6th, they were tied, and then the Blue Jays scored 9 runs.
Exploded in the 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
Including a grand slam.
Yeah. The first ever World Series pinch hit grand slam by Addison Barger. And, yeah.
And then not too long later, there's a 2-run homer. And they just kept they just kept piling on, loading the bases.
Dalton Varsho hit a home run in the 4th inning to tie the game, and then Alejandro Kirk hit the other home run in the 6th.
And they did it at home, and that place was friggin' electric. And it's kind of crazy. A Canadian team seems like the one all the Americans are rooting for because they want them to whoop the Dodgers. They're just sick of the Dodgers. Which you think they're ruining baseball? I'm thinking, shit.
I'm just more leaning into the meme than anything, but like, I don't like the fact that they are deferring money. It's really, I don't even know how to, like, it's just, it feels like scummy. I don't know. That's like the best.
Well, they're agreeing to. I mean, they're making deals, but I think it's going to bite them in the end because they're going to end up paying this money for a long time.
Yeah, they're going to end up sucking for a while, but like, I mean, they can, in theory, they can just endlessly defer this money.
Yeah, but they got to pay it. But like
it's weird. It doesn't make sense.
I don't like it either because it seems like it's going to screw yourself in the long run, but that's their problem, not mine. Dodgers have a heck of a team. Ohtani hit 2 home runs in that game too, or I'm sorry, 1 home run, a 2-run homer to kind of come back, but they were already down a ridiculous amount. So
off of Braden Fisher in the 7th inning.
Yep. So the next inning, but what in the final score? That ended up being the final score.
It was 11-4.
11-4.
Yeah, they scored 9 in the 6th and then 2 in the 4th, which they've only scored in 3 innings this series so far through the first 2 games.
Yep. And we said, I said, I don't remember if you agreed or not, but because you tend to just automatically say the opposite of what I do. But
sometimes it's funny to be a dick.
You are good at it. But you might get that from me though. But anyway, we said this playoff's going to have everything. And so far it didn't disappoint. The whole playoff and the playoffs in general. Now, World Series Game 2 yesterday, Saturday night. What a pitching performance! Dodgers came back to win, but you want to run it down a little bit?
I mean, just a crazy game by Yoshi. He pitched the 2nd complete game in a row, and it was. It's just
history
crazy.
made, yeah.
It's just one of the craziest performances. This is only his 2nd year in Major League Baseball, and coming over from Japan. But the Dodgers paid him the biggest contract for any non-MLB player ever, and he kind of proved why. 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts.
Incredible performance. And that was his 2nd in a row. Second complete game in a row.
The one previously was a complete game shutout, and it was the first complete game shutout since Justin Verlander did so in 2017 when the Astros cheated and won the World Series and stole a World Series from the Dodgers, and Jose Altuve stole an MVP from Aaron Judge. And it's the first time that a pitcher has done back-to-back shutouts in a postseason since Curt Schilling did so in the 2001 World Series, where the Diamondbacks eventually would go on to beat the New York Yankees after 9/11, which was just kind of crazy that they didn't win that year. But the Patriots won, so that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was... Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but what a performance already. And we're only game 2. I think And you said you could
Tied
care less
1-1.
if it's over in 4 games. It was a sweep. I don't
I
want a
did
sweep.
I did want the Dodgers to lose very quickly.
But
But if they lose in 7 games, I'm fine too.
think about it, though. What I kind of want the Blue Jays to win, too. It'd be their first time. It's their first time since the World Series, and a lot of firsts since 1993 when Joe Carter hit that historic home run to walk off. First time. So they're making a lot of history already. 93 was the first walk-off World Series home run to win the series. Not walk-off for the game, but the walk-off to win the series. It was the first time it ever happened, 1993. And I remember that game. I told you, but now to tell the listeners, I was the only one watching in my household. All 5 brothers and sisters, or 5 of us, were asleep. My mom was asleep, except for me. I was up watching. I remember my mom yelling at me because I woke people up yelling that because I was so happy that Joe Carter hit the home run.
Yeah.
And I just remember touch 'em all, Joe, and
Yep.
one of your favorite calls, I know, but one of the best calls for a
one
World
of the
Series.
best
Touch 'em all,
World
Joe. You'll
Series
never hit a
calls
bigger
ever.
home run in your life. And and Joe Carter,
Yeah.
coincidentally, throughout the first pitch of Game 2 yesterday or last night. So
Yeah.
and he put the jacket on to run the bases with their home run jacket,
Yeah.
which I like that better than the stupid trident that the Seattle Mariners use. And I think I'm only irritated with them. It's not a bad thing. It's just they beat us, so I'm
Yeah.
still a little salty.
I actually really love the Trident, except when it's against the Tigers because
it's kind of cool. Though. I mean, you should have something because we really don't have.
Tigers, they have a staff with a pizza on it,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but like
I don't know if that's any
I
better.
don't,
But
yeah, I don't really. They kind of copied the Mariners shit.
kind of. And the Mariners are a fish. We're a tiger. Tiger beats fish every time.
Yes,
If we're in water, I still think Tiger would put up a fight. So,
most likely.
Screw the Marlins. And screw Ohio
Mariners.
State. Yeah.
The Marlins are not in the playoffs.
Oh,
They're
Mariners.
very
I'm
bad.
sorry. Well, I'm thinking fish. Yeah, Mariners
Same
still.
thing.
So, yeah, screw them. All right.
More
Anyway,
fishermen,
game
so-
2. What an amazing game, though. What an amazing pitching
Yeah.
performance. Even though it was a Dodger, we want Dodgers to lose. But again, I really don't have a dog in this fight, but I do want the Dodgers to.
Yeah.
They already got a championship. I want the Blue Jays to come back and win it.
Yeah, I'm just really happy for Yoshi for what he did.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was-
he's a
it was
great-
really freaking
Great
good.
pitching performance.
Yeah, but speaking of Yoshi, after he threw his second postseason complete game in a row, he then cleaned up all the trash in the dugout before
Oh, yeah.
going to the clubhouse. And Ben Verlander posted that, and
Yeah, what a guy.
we reposted it on Twitter and a couple other places.
This is going to raise his stock considerably. A World Series hero, even if Dodgers go on to lose. What a pitching performance. And that's you don't see that too often. Back-to-back complete game shutouts. Hell, we could barely get, what?
Back-to-back complete games.
Back. That's what I meant. Well, shutout.
The first one was a complete game shutout. The second one was 1 run.
Still, hell of a performance.
Yeah, it was really good.
To be that, very efficient. Thank you. I'm looking for the words here.
He had 105 pitches, 73 strikes,
God.
17 swing and misses, 11 ground outs, and 3 flyouts.
Yeah, and man, I wish Skubal was that. If Skubal
8
did
strikeouts.
really freaking good in the playoff, the 15-inning game, but you're not going to pitch 15 innings usually for one.
He probably could have.
Well, but the most he'd ever pitched is like what, 118 pitches in a game or something,
It was
109.
like 120 some, like 120.
Yeah, and he was already over 100 when they pulled him, which I wish they would have let him go a little bit further. It might have made the difference, but
Yeah, it's
hindsight.
the end of your
Yeah.
fucking season.
Yeah, let him
it's
go.
Win
Let
or
him
go
go.
home. Like it's game 5. Win or go home. Let
We
him
did go 15
fucking go.
freaking innings, though. I mean, who would have thought that game would have went 15 innings?
Yeah.
And I really wish it wouldn't have because I had to stay up late
They're-
for a freaking loss.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
They
folks,
were-
we're still mad about that, but
Yeah, so was Dan Dickerson.
I love Dan Dickerson. Wow, but
Fuck this
Yeah.
game.
I think fuck this game recap. But so Blue Jays and Dodgers tied 1-1. Game 3 is tomorrow night, so Monday night.
Yeah,
Which
on
by
the
the
night
time
that
you
we're
hear
posting
this, it may have already happened. But Yep. Well, I think we can move on to football. What do you think?
Yeah.
Lots going on there. So moving on. Well, before we get into the Week 8 recap, we got some disheartening news. Former Jets center Nick Mangold has passed away at age 41 from complications from kidney disease. Apparently, he came out in '06, or he's had the disease since '06. And back on October 14th, he appealed publicly on social media for a kidney donation, but tragically on October 25th, he passed away. But he was widely regarded as one of the better known centers in the NFL. Played 11 seasons with the Jets, and he was also on Ohio State Buckeyes, but can't hold that against the guy. But yeah, so he lost his battle with kidney disease.
Yeah.
And also, while we're on the subject of death, for WWE fans, Bobby Horn, better known as Mo or Sir Mo, and part of the team tag team Men on a Mission, he also passed away this year, or this past week. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of Sir Mo and Nick Mangold.
Yeah.
Hey, sports fans, if you're in the great state of Michigan and you're in need of roofing, siding, gutters, or insulation, there's only one place to call, and that place is Excel Home Improvement out of Romulus. With over 60 years in business, they are third-generation, family-owned, and veteran-operated. They manufacture their own gutters and trim, so they're able to keep costs low while providing superior quality with unmatched service. They cover all of southeastern Michigan, including as far north as Bay City, all the way down to Monroe, and from Lansing to Port Huron. So give them a call today. That's Excel Home Improvement, 734-941-2800.
And one last little thing. Mike Evans is going to be out for the majority of the rest of this season with a broken clavicle. They originally didn't think that it was this bad, and then yeah, it was a lot worse than they were originally thinking, and yeah, he's gonna break his streak of consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He held two records here. One was to start a career, the most 1,000-yard seasons to start a career, and then the most in a row, which is both 11. And he's not going to extend his first record or break his tie with Jerry Rice, which is very disappointing for a lot of fans who have followed this record for a long time.
Yeah, that's a big hit to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, even though they've been playing great with all of their players injured, which is crazy. I think they've like one loss, two losses now. Yeah, they're 5-2. Like they've been playing very well, even with a lot of their players getting injured. Which Mike Evans was injured already earlier this season with something little, and now it's obviously he's got a much worse injury now. And speaking of the Buccaneers, they did not play so well on their game against the Lions last Monday, and they ended up losing 9-24.
Go Lions.
Go Lions! And yeah, I was very impressed with the defense. It was a lot of second stringers, considering how taxed this defense is again. Which, yeah, 2 years in a row, a lot of injuries on the defense, and they let Zadarius Smith go, which still kind of pisses me off. He was really, really, really good. But yeah, they do need secondary help, so that wouldn't help them. But still, that always annoyed me.
And the Patriots beat the Titans 31-13, and head coach Mike Vrabel beat his former team, the Titans, and he's part of the original or the dynasty for the Patriots, but he was head coach of the Titans. Now he come back and this is the first time he got to face his former team and he beat him. So I guess that's good for him.
Yeah, it was a
You always
really
want to
good
beat
game.
yeah, you always want to beat your former team.
Yeah, it was a really good game, and he's one of the members of the original dynasty from 2001 to 2004 when they won 3 championships. And now he's back in New England. Former player, one of the best defensive players during that time. Caught a couple of touchdowns in the Super Bowl for them.
Yeah, Patriots were so good. They were so good when they had Tom Brady.
Yeah. And Drake May was really good that game. He went 21 for 23, which is a 91% completion percentage. He threw 222 passing yards and had 2 touchdowns. It was a very, very, very efficient game for Drake May and for Mike Vrabel, their head coach. And it was just very good for them to do that against Vrabel's former team. And the 91.3% completion percentage is a franchise record for the Patriots, breaking Tom Brady's record of 89 point, I think it's like 4 or something. But yeah, that's the highest franchise record for completion percentage in a game for Patriots history. And that's per Pro Football Focus. Next in the NFL, we're going to switch over to the crazy Broncos Giants game. The Giants were looking like the 2 Super Bowl teams in the 80s for the first 3 quarters. They scored 19 points going into the 4th quarter. And it was also on the night that the Broncos honored former wide receiver Demaryius Thomas, who passed away at 33. And it was just kind of fitting that the Giants would end up scoring 33 points in the 4th quarter to win the game 33-32. And
It's like they had a guardian angel because that was a crazy, crazy comeback.
Yeah, there's a picture that I'm looking at on Twitter right now of Jackson Dart, the quarterback of the Giants, just with his hand over his mouth, just in shock after the game.
Yeah, and Broncos 33 4th quarter points were the most points in a 4th quarter by any team that had been shut out in the first 3 quarters in NFL history, per Adam Schefter.
See, let me make a correction. He went into the Denver Ring of Honor before that game, and then they ended up scoring 33 points in the 4th quarter to come back.
Yeah, what a game.
Yeah, I'm watching the field goal right now. It was I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Kind of fitting though. 33 for 33 or 33 points, and he passed away at 33, so I mean
yeah, it was just crazy. And quickly, we talked about it last week as it was happening, but Kansas City dominated the Raiders 31-0. They didn't do literally anything. Patrick Mahomes, 286 yards, was the passing leader for the day. Isaiah Pacheco, 57 yards, was the rushing leader for the day. And Travis Kelce, with his 54 yards, was the receiving leader for the day. So the Raiders sucked, and the Chiefs also sucked, but they sucked a little bit less than the Raiders did.
And we might as well run down the standings while we're talking football. The New England Patriots are number 1 in the AFC East. They're 5-2. And the Bills are 4-2 right behind them. So for the East.
Yeah, and then in the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers are 4-2, and the Cincinnati Bengals, with a carousel of quarterbacks, are somehow staying afloat at 3-4. If they can hold off with at least a neutral record until Joe Burrow gets back, they might get into the playoffs.
Yep, and in the South, the Indianapolis Colts are 6-1. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-3.
Yeah. And switching down to the West, it is the closest division in the AFC. The Broncos are atop of it at 5-2. The Chargers are right behind them at 5-3. And then the Chiefs are right behind them at 4-3. So this division is basically up for grabs as we near the halfway point in the season.
Moving to the NFC conference, the Philadelphia Eagles are 5-2 with the Cowboys at a 500 clip, 3-3.
Yeah, going over to our division, the North, the
Woo-hoo.
Packers are on top, which is bullshit. They're only on top because they have a tie, and that is the stupidest thing. You're the fucking NFL. You shouldn't have ties. I get it, like reducing injuries, but who cares? Like, that's a ridiculous thing to have a tie, and then to have that possibly decide a division is ridiculous.
I concur.
But the Lions do have one more win
Woo-hoo.
and one more loss, which is kind of
that loss
them where they're at.
That loss was BS too, though.
Yeah, the one against the Chiefs. The first one against the Packers, which is why they're basically first. That one was bad, but it's the first time they had played with their two new coordinators. They had never played with either their offense or defensive coordinators.
They've been playing very well since, even in the loss, their second loss. They were, I still think, well, they had opportunity, but there's a lot of bad calls there. But whatever.
Yeah,
screw the Chiefs.
Yeah, and then Brian Branch beat the fuck out of Juju.
That is true. So, another win for the Lions, kind of. I think we won that one. And again, we do advocate violence.
Not against the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. We no, the fight was a win.
See.
But again, we don't advocate violence. And then where were we? We're to the Buccaneers, I believe.
Yep, the NFC South.
Yep, Tampa Bay 5-2, and right behind them, the Carolina Panthers are 4-3.
Crazy that Carolina's crazy that Carolina's doing. I mean, if they would have won, their last loss, they would be tied.
Yep.
But yeah, so they are right behind them, and they're 3-0 at home. They are 1-3 on the road, so that's probably why they suck so bad. They need to become a better road team.
Yeah, and actually the West appears to be the closest division. We've got three teams tied.
Well, I said for the AFC. This is the closest for the
You're
NFC.
Right, you're true. This is very tight, and this is the closest in all of football.
The 49ers are 5-2. The Seahawks are 5-2, and the Matthew Stafford-led Rams are 5-2. The craziest one is the 49ers, mostly because they've had their backup quarterback, Mac Jones, former Patriots 15th overall pick in 2021, or it might have been 2020. But their former overall pick, first overall pick. He's been very, very good for them, keeping them in the division. Won, I think, all of his starts so far. And just keeping it basically until Brock Purdy could come back. And they're atop the division right now. Seattle's also surprising to be up here. They don't really have like a marquee quarterback. They do have Jalen Milroe, who I believe will be a superstar eventually. But their main quarterbacks are Drew Lock and Sam Darnold.
Yep. And finishing out the NFC West, the Cardinals are 2-5 at the very dead last. But, God, the New Orleans Saints for the South are 1-6. And that is about as bad as you can get, at least in that division. The Jets haven't won yet.
Yeah,
they're 0-7.
Yeah. Titans are also 1-6.
Wow, and the Jets take the worst record, but have not got a win all season.
Yeah, I believe that Aaron Glenn, former Lions defensive coordinator, will be fired at the end of this season. Hopefully he can come back to the Lions.
So we're hoping he gets fired.
I'm not hoping he gets fired, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. They haven't won a single game. They don't look like they're going to do anything. They have a negative 54 net points.
Why would you want him back for us?
because he's a great defensive coordinator, the Jets are just a
The Jets, yeah, you can't.
abysmal franchise. You can't give someone a dumpster fire and then ask them why it burned down. Like, of course, it like what? Like, it's bad.
We're just
The
making
Jets are bad.
conversation for the sake of conversating.
I just hate the
Is that a word?
Jets.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan either, but go
They
Lions.
had one good thing happen in their entire existence, and it was Joe Namath existing.
Yeah, I will say though, it looks. I think we're gonna have a. I think Lions got a great team this year. I think we're gonna do some great things, and I'm thinking we're gonna get to the playoffs 3 years in a row, which
Which is
pretty damn good for us. 'Cause-
unprecedented in the Super Bowl era.
Yeah.
For the Lions at least. I think the Patriots are going to get back there with Drake May, which they can't keep getting away with it. They freaking get rid of Tom Brady and then recreate Tom Brady in a more likable version. Like Drake May's like a sweet Southern boy who's amazing at football. And lastly, for football, there's a lot of weird stuff going around Lamar Jackson and him being ruled out and all of this stuff. It's weird. I don't know. It's a lot of this stuff is like one of these stories just came out 6 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into it. It's just weird. And,
Well, Lamar's out.
Yeah, Lamar's out, but he might not be out, but he might be practicing, but I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, and that is it for NFL news. But a quick note on college football: Michigan beat Michigan State, which is a huge thing for Michigan people.
Yeah.
Michigan won 31-20, and I guess go blue.
Yeah, and
'cause
fuck
Green
Ohio
lost.
State.
Yeah, and fuck Ohio State. Screw them. Oh, but Michigan improves to 6-2. State drops to 3-5. And I mean
And
that's
fuck Ohio State again.
exactly. And then moving on to I guess the NHL hockey
Yeah.
news. Wings, what a comeback they had.
Yeah, they were losing 4-0 in the second period, and then would score 6 unanswered goals to complete a insane comeback. Yeah, not much more to say. Just a crazy game.
In
a
Detroit,
crazy
of all
comeback.
things, too.
Detroit,
That
yeah,
made
in Detroit.
that makes a big deal. And so for the season, the Red Wings are second place. They're 9-6. Or I'm sorry, they're 6-3, 9 games overall. And Montreal Canadiens are they're 7-3, so they're second place. In the Metropolitan Division, Devils are 7-1, and right behind them are Penguins at 6-2.
And then the wild card is the Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders at 6-3 and 4-3.
Then in the Western Central, we got the Utah Mammoth are 7-2. Right behind them are the Colorado Avalanche at 5-1.
And then in the Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights are 5-1-2, and the Seattle Kraken are 5-2-2, right behind them. And then a wild card, the Blackhawks are 4-2-2, and the Nashville Predators, which is the weirdest name in fucking sports, are 4-3-2.
Yeah, I could. Well, Predator has different meanings, so it could be like.
Yeah, but it's still weird. It's still weird.
And we got some breaking basketball news right now. Luka Doncic is out for at least 1 week with a left finger sprain and a left leg contusion. So that he's a scoring sensation too. So the Lakers are really going to miss him out of the lineup, but hopefully it's not as serious as they think it is, and he's back in a lot quicker. But bad news for the Lakers and for Luka, of course. Yeah, well, anyway, I think that wraps it up for us sports fans. Thank you so much for joining us this week. As every week, we appreciate you. Feel free to. Oh, and I think I was very good this week. I didn't get muted once.
You're
Yeah,
about to.
well, I'm about to. Well, I probably will because you're going to be ticked off at me. So Like, subscribe. What else? Just say it.
Like, comment, share, subscribe is 4 words.
It's 4 words I forget from now. Is it that important if I say them all in the right order? People know.
Yes.
Come on. Well, mute
It
this.
doesn't have to be the right order.
Well,
but
still, people know what I'm talking about. If you like us, click subscribe, write a comment, do whatever you want. You can feel free to tell my co-host that he is being a pain in the butt and he should not mute his father because that is just friggin' rude. But whatever. Son of a bitch. Anyway, thank you for joining us so much. And here's the random. Well, that's your line. You do it.
here's the random clip of the week.
Pato!
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Hey, the last time I tried to give a shit like that, he didn't take it. I cursed and he went off for 4 today.
And I'll mute you if I know how to. I'll learn it one day, and then I'm just going to mute you the whole time. And they'll
You're
just
gonna
hear
mess
me.
up the mic.
Whatever. Oh, well, whatever. All right. Thanks again, folks.
See,
Random clip of the week.
I already said it once.
That should be the last thing you say because that's the last thing we say every time.
Well, I'm gonna call this.
Do
shit.
it. Oh, you're going to
Here's
cut
the
me
random
anyway.
clip of the week again.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. All right. Thank you.